I arrived in China with the same idea, and to be honest, I had a lot more fun in my first years in India and Africa and South America than I did in China. When I arrived in China, it was pretty tough. As foreigners in 1993, there weren't many foreigners in Beijing then. Actually, the city was pretty much flat, and about half the population it is now, in fact. And as foreigners, we even had our own money. We couldn't spend Chinese money. We had our own foreign money called FEC, foreign exchange certificates. We had to live in special foreign housing. The language was difficult too at the beginning, but then after getting onto the job market here, it was very simple. Very few foreigners and a massive need for foreigners in terms of teaching English and certain jobs. So I found it really easy to find work, and that was why I stayed originally, because I found it easy to make money. So I used Beijing as a central base for traveling China. I'd make a bit of money here and I'd go traveling around China. And then after living with a Chinese family for about a year, which was tough because it was illegal in those days. You weren't allowed to live with Chinese families. I was always getting kicked out. But I learned a lot from them, and I learned most importantly to speak Chinese. And then I really discovered that Beijing was like a city with a huge heart and tons of character. And it was actually a very creative city as well. And it was really can end up being the ultimate playground for an entrepreneur like myself, who had a lot of ideas and was always looking for opportunity. And it had great people, and Beijingers are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet in the world. Very friendly, very honest, quite pessimistic, can be lazy, actually a lot of the same attributes that I have. And so, that's what really kept me here, was the people, making friends, getting Beijing friends, and, as an expat or as a foreigner, your foreign friends come and go, they come 2 or 3 years and they leave. I've been here 18 years, so I've lost most of my foreign friends. But the friends that keep me here are my Beijing friends, and my neighbours, and the community that I live in. And there's a very strong sense of community, especially here in the Hutongs where I live and work. So, it's important to me, that sense of community, because this is my home. This is where I decided to live. This is where my 4 children are all born here. I met my wife here. This is where my business is. It's my home. So it's important that I have a sense of community and feel like I belong somewhere. And Beijing really does that for me. It's a great place to live. Very fortunate. I didn't really give anything an awful lot of thought. I just went to places and went to have fun, hang out. There's a word in Beijing we use a lot, which is hun, right? And hun basically means like to hang out, and Beijingers love to hun, and so do I. I really like just to hang out and have fun and take life at an easy pace. That's who I am, and that's what I did in Africa and South America and India. I rode a motorbike around a lot of India, and it was like a dream, I lived, I was at boarding schools in England, and it was quite a controlled lifestyle, and a lot of pressure from your family to succeed. And you grow up in a country like England that's very complex, in terms of your middle class, your upper class. The initial connection, the initial connection wasn't there, but as I learned Chinese, the connection was with the people. The Beijingers are just great people. They're very approachable, they're very honest, they're very straight, very uncomplicated people, and that's me, really. I'm a very uncomplicated person, and I've always said Beijing is a male city. It's very much like a man, It's like big, wide roads and square buildings and very oily food. It's very male, to me, and so it just really appeals to me. I'm a very simple guy. I like to drink my beer, smoke my cigarettes, I like to hang out with my mates, take life at an easy pace.